Somebody's got feedback loop.
This is Zoe Burgess, your city clerk. This regular city council meeting of May 2nd is being held with a quorum of City of Westlake Council physically in attendance at the Westlake Council Chambers, 4005 Seminole Pratt Whitney Road. Public comments may be accepted prior to the meeting utilizing the electronic comment card available on the city's website. The mayor will call for such during public comment, and you may participate at this time, utilizing the system's virtual hand feature and waiting to be acknowledged. Please note this meeting is being recorded, both voice and video, and to remember your mic may be live. I will mute any microphones that carry any feedback or interruptions. If you are a caller that has been muted, you may unmute yourself by pressing *6. Any person in the virtual meeting causing a disruption or being inappropriate will be removed. If I may also remind those physically in attendance, please utilize microphones so that a virtual audience and a clear recording of the meeting is produced. Thank you, Mayor O'Connor.
Thank you. I will go ahead and call to order our regular city council meeting of May 2nd, 2023 at exactly 6:02 p.m. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Present.
Councilman Martinez.
Present.
Councilwoman Bayron.
Present.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Present.
Mayor O'Connor.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. If you are able, I will now ask you to please stand and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Seated. Additions, deletions, or modifications? Do you have any? If not, I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, seconded by Councilwoman Bayron. Roll call. Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayron.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Consent agenda. This section of the agenda consists of routine or administrative items that require final approval by the city council and may be approved in its entirety by a single motion. There will be absolutely no discussion of these items unless a council member requests such, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and placed on a future agenda. Did we just do this? May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'm sorry, excuse me. Mayor, may we have public comments before consent agenda?
Absolutely. Section of the agenda allows for comments from the public to speak. Each speaker will be given a total of 3 minutes to comment. A public comment card should have been completed or returned to the city clerk. When you're called to speak, please go to the podium, unmute your device, and prior to addressing the council, state your name and address for the record. Do we have any public comments?
Mayor, I received no public comments prior to the meeting. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hand or mute their device. If you're a caller that has been muted, please press *6 to speak. Please state your name and address. You'll have 3 minutes. We have no comments, Mayor.
Fantastic. Let's move forward with the consent agenda. Again, the section of the agenda consists of routine or administrative items that require final approval by the city council and may be approved in its entirety by a single motion. There will be no discussion of these items unless a council member requests such, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered on a future agenda. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda. Second.
Roll call, please.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Bayron, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayron.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Presentations or proclamations. I have two for future, two proclamations to discuss for potential future agenda items. One is the 60th anniversary of Palm Beach State College. Want to do a proclamation in support of that. How do we get a council consensus or we have
Yes,
to
sir.
have to vote?
Consensus.
90th. So the 90th anniversary of Palm Beach State College. We just discuss it or we need a full vote?
Just got to get a consensus, put on the next agenda.
Great. Possibly not the next agenda, perhaps the agenda following. It depends on
July.
our schedule as well.
Yes, okay.
So I believe June is not good for them. July maybe.
Okay.
So what we really need is consensus in order to be able to put this proclamation on a future agenda. I'm all for it. Is everybody else okay with honoring Palm Beach State College?
Yes. That's it.
Excellent. Second potential proclamation would be, I had the privilege of going to Seminole Ridge High School yesterday and watching them load up the 10th home for Habitat for Humanity. And it was incredible. I mean, they bring it out, it narrowly escapes the bay doors by about an inch on each side. These homes come out in 4 pieces. And I wasn't able to attend today, but the house actually got installed at a very deserving home, land site in West Palm Beach. They want to do, it can take a little bit to finish.
Yeah.
But they want to do a proclamation in support, possibly a joint proclamation with the school board, the city of West Palm Beach, and the city of Westlake. So the home originated by our wonderful students in Seminole Ridge. Went with the help of the school board, obviously, the kids built the home. It got installed in West Palm Beach. So again, future proclamation. I don't have an exact date, but I'd like to be in support of that incredible project as well, and proclamation being so. So if we can get council consensus on that.
Sounds good.
And that sounds great. When is it going to be completed?
Yeah, so it physically got installed today, but there's still siding, there's landscaping.
Do they have a,
Let you know when the
have they
home
granted?
dedication.
That'd be great if we
Leonard
could-
is actually on the board, so I
Yeah.
don't think they've nailed down a specific date yet, but they still have some work to do.
Yeah.
But they definitely want to do a proclamation
Yeah, it'd be great if
in support.
we can go in support of them when they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it made
let
the
you know.
news today. It was on Channel 25. It was really something.
Mhm.
So we,
Yeah.
are we good on that? Does anyone else have any future proclamations to consider for future agendas? Moving forward to the public hearing. Let's see what we got. We have before us an application requesting approval of site plan modification to the previously approved 38,155 square foot worship center. Do we have a staff presentation?
If I could, Mayor, since it's site specific, I'd like to address this in a quasi judicial proceeding. All those individuals go to testify, please stand and be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Please proceed. And as required, if you've had any ex parte communications regarding this, please note that for the record at this time.
I have not.
No.
Surprisingly, I have not. And I'm excited to see the presentation because it didn't make sense to me. Please.
Okay.
Good evening. For the record, Osniel Leon, Senior Planner for the City of Westlake. Before you is application SPM 2023-06. The applicant is requesting approval of a site plan modification to the previously approved 38,155 square feet of worship center to allow striped crosswalks in the parking aisles rather than pavers, addition of 18 crash bollards at the west and south building entrances, and change the dumpster gate materials from the hardy plank siding material to wood. Again, the site is approximately 12 acres, located in the downtown mixed use, future land use, and zoning district of mixed use. Some background on the project. On December 9, 2019, the original site plan application was approved by City Council. On December 6, 2021, the City Council approved a site plan modification to allow reduction in the use of pavers on the site entrance and update the building facade colors. On April 11, 2022, the City Council approved the master signage plan, which has been modified on February 7, 2023. The subject proposed site plan modification originated from a zoning site inspection report dated March 2nd of this year. The subject site received a temporary CO on April 4th and has been extended to May 4th 2023. This is the originally approved site plan on December 9, 2019. Worship Center with 38,155 square feet with 25,000 square feet of future development. On your left is depicts the original pavers for the entrances, which was amended by and approved by City Council on December 6th, which only put the pavers on 2 sections of the main entrances. And the proposed site plan modification is replacing the also pavers crossing the parking aisles. Instead, they're going to be doing painted ladder crosswalks instead of pavers. And this is throughout the site in the circles. Again, a picture of the on your left is the pavers, and now on your right, it's not going to be painted like this. It's going to be ladder crosswalk, so it's going to be repainted. But that's the existing and what came out of the zoning site inspection. This is the addition of 18 crash ballers. These were not depicted on the site plan, and they were installed. So the applicant isn't depicting this on the site plan, but they have been installed on site.
They have been installed.
Correct. And these is the dumpster is changing from the previously approved hardy plank siding material, and now it's going to be wood, and that's the picture of the existing dumpster. This table represents the compliance with all applicable zoning codes. No changes were made during this site plan modification to any of these requirements. And staff recommends approval of the subject request. Be happy to answer any questions. Thank
Can
you.
you back it up about 4 slides to the actual crosswalks? So the left is what's currently installed.
No.
That's a section that's not going to change. That's at the entrance, but all the other on your right, it was supposed to be pavers, like on your left.
You know, it's funny, I'm there often and I've absolutely noticed this, but I've never noticed that they weren't there. It's an observation.
It's the entrance to the golf cart road.
I swear in my brain, I feel like it's paved, but I guess it's not.
And they'll be striped like that. Like a standard crosswalk. Okay.
Extend the crosswalk with ladder stripe.
Okay.
It meets all of our codes
Correct.
and staff recommends approval.
Yes.
Do we have any council comments?
I had a question about the code for the garbage. Is it currently hardy plank siding, or you have the option of the siding or wood?
Yes, it is not required to be hardy plank. It's not by code, but that
Okay.
was what was approved on the site plan. So we go by what was approved on the site plan.
So
And
just to
that's what we-
clarify, these are things that were kind of done above and beyond in the site plan,
Correct.
that maybe they did some cost engineering because of
When-
the state that we were living in at the time with building materials, but it still meets all of our codes and so forth.
Right, but when we do the inspection, we
Make sure that
go by
everything was
what
was on
the
fifth
council
floor.
approved, and they all have to comply with that site plan. So these items came out of that zoning inspection.
Well, good catches on all that stuff. Do we have any other comments from council? Does Mr. Herring?
I'll just make just you don't need to get my presentation. I'll just say a few words. Mr. Mayor, council members, for the record, Donaldson Hearing here tonight on behalf of Christ Fellowship, and we really appreciate you taking the time to review this. These are changes that precipitated through the construction process. Some of them were upgrades, like the bollards were a septet issue that we recognized that we needed to have something there. You know, there are unfortunately still some people in this world that sometimes don't pay attention or actually intend to do harm to others. So the crash bollards provide that at our entrances and keep our people safe and your residents safe. The modifications to the crosswalks, that was value engineering, product supply chain, everything that we've been experiencing. There's still substantially a lot of pavers that are there, and it substantially exceeds any code requirement. From the landscape to the hardscape to everything that we've done exceeds all requirements. So we're excited. Also, what Osnell didn't state is that there were 10 electrical car charging stations that were relocated closer to the building so they could be closer to the power supply.
Okay.
And so those are on the south side of the building, and they're all ready to go as well. So with that, thank you for supporting Christ Fellowship. And in my PowerPoint presentation, which I left for Zoe, there are several pictures of this wonderful council at the groundbreaking, and they're great pictures. So make sure you get them. Thank you very much.
Certainly have been wonderful community partners. I'll tell you that much. Comments from council?
No comments?
All right,
No, that's my
No.
questions.
let's go ahead and open the public hearing. Do we have any comments from the public?
Mayor, I received no previous public comment cards. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hand. If you wish to make a comment, please unmute your device, state your name and your address. You'll have 3 minutes. Mayor, we have no comments.
With that, I will close the public hearing. And if there's no further discussion, may I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve, the first, well, sorry, to scroll back too far.
MSP 2023-0.
06, Price Fellowship Site Plan Modification.
Second.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Valladon.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. We have before us first reading of ordinance 2023-02. It's the amendment of the city's comprehensive plan to update the 5-year community investment program. City Attorney. read
Yes, sir.
the Title.
Thank you. Ordinance by title only, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Westlake, Florida, amending the city's comprehensive plan to update the 5-year community investment program included within the capital improvements element of the comprehensive plan, providing for codification, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Is there a staff presentation?
Thank you. For the records, Neil Leon with the city of Westlake. Before you, it's pursuant to section 163, 3177, 3B, Florida statutes. Local governments are required to undertake an annual review of the capital improvements elements to update the 5-year capital improvement schedule. The capital improvement schedule identifies the local government's capital projects necessary for implementations of the comp plan. And to ensure the adopted level of services are up to the standards for public facilities are achieved and maintained for the 5-year planning period, which are all included in your package. And staff does recommend approval of this update.
Now, is there an applicant presentation?
City initiated.
No, it's part of our update. that
Felt
we have
like
to do.
script. Is there an applicant presentation? That's the only reason I threw it out
It's in-house.
there.
It's us.
Any questions or comments from the council?
There's a couple of comments from myself at this point in
Okay.
time. On the copy that you all have, there's some typos that have been corrected, and the corrected version is with the city clerk for the records.
Okay.
Things like reuse is reverse in the typo, you know.
Happens.
The other thing is, the estimates of the numbers are pretty good. One of the things we've been able to do, even in our original plans and presentations, the projections of the construction numbers and development numbers have been pretty close. Even though we've been 2, 3, 4, 5 years out, we've done a pretty fair job of doing it. You'll also notice that most of the things are either by developer or potentially by bonds if we had to float bonds, but most of them's by developer.
Excellent. Thank you, city manager. Comments from council?
I had a question, a clarification. So is this ordinance in response to a change, just for clarification, I thought I read there was a change through the state requirements for submitting a capital plan or comprehensive plan?
We did the original comprehensive master plan. but you're required by the state to go back and review it annually to see, are your projections of what roads you're going to build, what capital projects you're doing, are they still on track? And are they still scheduled for the same year you thought? For example, if I remember correctly, Ilex wasn't really projected to be constructed until 2024, 2025, but it's built. So our projections initially were at one build-out rate. The build-out rate has caught up. That's why we have to go back and look at it, because a lot of the roads that theoretically we didn't have to build for several more years are already constructed. And there's other roads coming on that we know are going to come on the end of this year, next year, anticipated. So we need to just update it so that the state understands from our comprehensive master plan, our growth potential and how fast we're growing. So it just keeps it all lined up to what's actually reality.
Okay. Thank you.
It's really a testament to where we are.
Yeah, really.
Any other questions or comments from council?
And just to clarify, this is the first reading, so it will come before you on the second reading.
Let's open up the public hearing. Do we have any comments from the public?
Mayor, we received no previous comment cards. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hands. Please unmute your device, state your name and your address. You have 3 minutes. Mayor, we have no comments.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. If there is no further discussion, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve first reading of ordinance 2023-02. Oh, yes.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Martinez, seconded by Councilwoman Bayadon. Roll call, Mayor O'Connor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have before us Resolution 2023-13, approving and authorizing the Paver City Council member to execute Amendment 001 to the interlocal cooperation agreement between the City of Westlake and Palm Beach County. City Attorney, read by title.
Yes, sir. Resolution of the City Council, City of Westlake, Florida, approving and authorizing the proper city council member to execute an amendment to 001 to the interlocal cooperation agreement between the City of Westlake and Palm Beach County, Florida, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Comments from either staff or the council? No further discussion. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve resolution number 2023-13.
I second.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Bayadon, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call, Councilwoman Leonard,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you. City Council comments. Councilwoman Leonard.
Well, Mr. Mayor, you asked about another proclamation, and I've been asked by citizens before why I have not brought certain issues forth. So I want to,
Get into it.
I know I don't want to miss this opportunity. Juneteenth is coming up, of course, in June. And I would like to propose, but I think I need to look further into a proclamation for Juneteenth, and I was actually Googling it. And basically wanting to, I guess, describe what it is for those that don't know about Juneteenth. But freedom was finally came in June 19th, 1865, when some 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas. The Army announced that more than 250,000 enslaved Black people in the state were freed by executive decree. So I wanted to bring that forth to the council as a proclamation for Juneteenth.
So we need consensus. I personally would be incredibly pleased to support some form of a Juneteenth proclamation. Only thing I ask is in the future, you bring this up during the proclamation
Yes,
line item. Well,
yes.
Getting those all.
I
out.
know, I missed that opportunity, sorry.
But personally, I would be pleased. I think we
Absolutely.
need one more human
Yeah.
to say yes, and then Make it
Sorry,
so.
I wrote a note. Sorry.
We have to hustle because
I
it's
know.
June.
No, when you brought that up, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
Well, we have a new procedure.
ready.
now, so
Yes.
We're trying to roll with the punches here, but. What else?
That's it. Sorry. Thank you. So I have.
You. Councilman Martinez.
No, we've just been apart for so long. I don't have any updates. Last meeting and this meeting.
Councilwoman Valleron.
No comments.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
I do.
All right.
The Education Youth Advisory Board met on March 30th to discuss the Teacher of the Year or the potential Teacher of the Year. They're going to meet again to discuss the criteria, which we brought back to the City Council for approval. The board had wanted to recognize area schools. So my recommendation back to that board is going to be just perhaps this year because of time, Seminole Ridge would be the only one for this year. And as they come out with the criteria for next year for other schools, but that'll all come back to the City Council for approval.
Fantastic.
And then also, they wanted to discuss also acknowledging our student liaison who's been serving us for 2 years from Seminole Ridge.
Let's
So-
do it.
That'd be it.
That'd be
That's
great.
it for me.
That'd be great. Thank you, Vice Mayor. I guess I would use my time to just further recognize the incredible construction academy that Seminole Ridge has in partnership with White's Construction. I knew about it, and I'm actually embarrassed to say that I had not truly understood the full impact of this project that is happening right in our backyard. It is something. These are students who are learning a trade. They're literally building a home on school grounds,
Inside the building.
inside a building, to which very, very well-deserving people will be living at home in real life. Like it is really, really an incredible accomplishment. These kids should have an uncanny sense of pride in what they've accomplished. It's the 10th home
Yes.
to come out of Seminole Ridge. It is truly something. So I want to say kudos to them, kudos to Habitat for Humanity for really, really accomplishing something great. It is a win-win across the board. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Principal Hatcher. He mentioned another program that's coming online next year, which I just think is genius. It's a drone operating academy to where by the time these kids graduate high school, they will already have their FAA drone pilot's license. They're partnering with different companies in the area. I believe FPNL may be one of them. And they can enter the workforce, making good money.
Is that also true with the students that are building the home? They're coming out as, I don't want to say licensed
I could be wrong.
contractors,
I don't
but
think they have physical, like, the drone program's amazing in the sense that they can literally take this piece of paper and get hired
Mhm.
at 70, 80, by then, who knows, $100,000 a year to be FAA certified drone pilots. But the construction academy is something else because they're learning a valuable trade, and they're partnering with White's, who's a major developer. If I'm not mistaken, they're the ones who built Penn Fellowship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So it's great. The construction academy blew me away. And again, I'm embarrassed that I hadn't been there since. But this new program he's coming online, it's great to see that there's alternatives to what's been traditional in the past, and these kids can get valuable real life work experience and something that they can enter the workforce right away. Because there's a huge worker shortage in our county. So that being said, very well done, Seminole Ridge. Very well done, Principal Hatcher.
Mhm.
And I will move forward with staff reports. What do we got? City Attorney,
Nothing to report, sir.
City Manager?
2 items.
Let's hear it.
The July meeting would fall on the 4th of July, so we need to move the July meeting.
That is actually why July is not good for Palm Beach State College.
So we need to move July back a week.
Or forward.
Whoa.
Well, we can't move it back because it's the first Tuesday, so there is no sooner, Tuesday in July. So
Well, we could
push it.
move, we could
Is
push
it
it,
earlier?
move it back, move it to July 4th,
After, it's
Yeah.
the following Tuesday.
yeah,
The 11th.
the 11th.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Let me look, sorry, before I, just kidding, I may not be, give me one second.
So you're looking at June 11th?
July.
July 11th. Would be the second Tuesday in
Okay,
July.
Wait, yeah, sorry, hold on. I'm June. I'm still okay.
Okay.
Everybody okay with July 11th?
July 11.
All right, so we'll change the advertisement.
So we're not scrambling.
Thank you, city clerk.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
And one other thing that we typically don't get on the city side, but the districts do get, had a report from the registrar. We have 3,097 registered voters within the city.
Hey. That's probably on track with what I thought our population was.
Yeah. Population is a little bit more than that.
Significantly more. What I'm saying is it tracks us. with
Yeah,
where
it's close.
we were. Maybe even we're a little more populated than I thought we were. That's fantastic. Well, voting matters. I'm glad.
Exactly. And that's all I have for this time. You do have handed out to you the reports from PBSO for the month of April, as well as from Palm Beach County Fire for the month of April.
I don't see Captain Turner here, but if our new chief would like to come,
Captain Turner sent me a message. He's unable to attend tonight.
that's fine. We can read his report, but Chief,
Good evening.
good evening, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be back so soon. I do have your call volume and response times for April. There was a total of 30 responses in Westlake community in your response zone. 17 of those were medical, 10 were alarms, whether it be fire alarms or CO2 alarms or medical alarms, 2 investigations or assists, and 1 interfacility transport for a total of 30 calls. Of that call volume, 36 seconds was dispatch handling time. 53 seconds was turnout time from the bell going off to getting en route. And then 4 minutes and 46 seconds travel time for an average overall response time of 6 minutes and 15 seconds for the month of April. So
6 minutes?
6 minutes, 15 seconds total response time.
Is that,
It's good.
that's a great response.
It's good. Yeah, we want to be 7 minutes or in 30 seconds or under. So you're about 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
While I have the chief here, I'll take a quick opportunity. I should have mentioned this under the comments, but Fourth Fest, our second annual Fourth Fest, planning is in full swing. And it's gonna be bigger and better than ever, which was last year. And last year was incredible. I want to take a quick opportunity because we've got this amazing, epic, professional municipal fireworks display that will be on actual 4th of July. I'm going to urge residents, especially because it's the dry months, to come out and watch it in lieu of maybe purchasing and setting off your own fireworks. Obviously, you're more than welcome to do so, but I think that if more people knew that we've got this, and how many minutes is it, city manager? Over 20?
23 or 28 minutes.
So we've got a well over 20-minute professional, incredible fireworks display. Just in order to try to keep things under control. I would much rather everybody come out and watch the pros do it than purchase their own and set them off themselves.
That sounds good to us too.
Just a thought.
Less calls.
Less mishaps, and
Yes.
sparkler burns and whatever else.
Again, Chief,
Brush
thank you.
fires.
Thank you for everything you do, and
Thank you.
thank your guys and gals for everything they do.
Thank you.
All right. Public comments. This section of the agenda allows for comments from the public to speak. Each speaker will be given a total of 3 minutes to comment. A public comment card should have been completed and returned to the city clerk. When you're called to speak, please go to the podium, unmute your device, and prior to addressing the council, state your name and address for the record. Madam Clerk.
Mayor, I received no public comment cards. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hand or mute their device, stating their name and address. If you're a caller that has been muted, please press *6 to speak. Please state your name and address. You have 3 minutes. Mayor, we have no comments.
Anybody on campus care to publicly comment? No? All right, if there's no further business, I will adjourn this meeting at 6:36 PM.
Wow.
Wow.
Might be a record.
Might be a
record.
Yes.
Well done, team.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right.